Hello students, hope you all are fine. Today we are going to discuss the remaining topics of Introduction to Internet. So first topic is World Wide Web. World Wide Web or WWW is a standard linked information system accessible across the globe of different computers connected to the internet. It simply connected hypertext documents containing text, images, videos, and other multimedia and navigates between them by hyperlinks. It's the system of internet servers such as a web server or a file server that supports hypertext to access several internet protocols on a single interface. The World Wide Web is like a huge digital library containing articles, journals, ebooks, and tutorials stored in the form of web pages on many computers around the world. The development of the World Wide Web was begun in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee. The World Wide Web is made up of a web page, a web browser, and the system to transfer information between the web browser and the web page. Some benefits of World Wide Web are: first is availability of information. That is, we are able to access information from anywhere across the globe. Second is rapid interactive communication, which can be used for different services. Third is low cost of initial connection. Fourth is facilitates access to different sources of information which is continuously updated. There are some disadvantages of World Wide Web. First is danger of overload and excess information. Second is efficient information search strategy is required. Third is the search can be slow. And the fourth is it may be difficult to filter and prioritize the information. Next is a web browser. A web browser is an application software used to view and interpret the web page. It acts as an interface between the user and the World Wide Web. A browser enables the user to request for web page from a web server and view the requested web page on their computer screen. The user can navigate files, folders, and websites using hyperlinks. Web browser is a regulated service that runs on the internet and is based on the client-server computing model. Each time a client, that is a user, requests a document from the web server through a certain mechanism, the server uses a protocol called Hypertext Transfer Protocol to fulfill the request. Some user interface features of a web browser are: first is it allows the user to open multiple pages at the same time, either in different browser windows or in different tabs of the same window. Second is back and forward button to go back to the previous page visited or forward to the next one. The third is a refresh or reload button. This is used to reload the current page. Next is a stop button to cancel loading the page. Next is a home button to return to the user's home page. Next is an address bar which is used to input the URL of a page and display it. And the last is a search bar which is used to input terms into a search engine. The commonly used web browsers are Microsoft Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Netscape Navigator, Apple, Safari, and Google Chrome. Next topic is a web page. A web page is a digital page which may contain text, hyperlinks, videos, audios, images, etc. It's commonly written by using markup language such as hypertext markup language, and these are stored on a web server. Each web page is identified by a unique web address called Uniform Resource Locator. Web pages can be developed by a person, organization, or by a company. Web pages are accessed and transported with the Hypertext Transfer Protocol to provide security and privacy for the user of the web page content. The user's application, often a web browser, renders the page content according to its HTML markup instructions onto a display terminal. There are two types of web page. First is static web page and second is a dynamic web page. A static web page contains the web page with fixed content. Each page is coded in HTML and displays the same information to every visitor. In contrast, dynamic web pages are generated by a web application. Its contents change depending on the input supplied by the web browser. Next is website. A website is a collection of related pages organized under the same domain name and can be accessed via the internet. A website is hosted on a web server on the World Wide Web. Each site is owned and managed by an individual, a company, or an organization. A website is just like a book. As a book contains a number of pages, a website consists of a number of web pages that hold a large amount of information and reside on a single server. Various types of websites are available on the internet, such as educational websites, commercial websites, jobs and career websites, entertainment websites, etc. The first web page that is displayed when you access website is known as the home page. There are two types of websites. First is static website and second is dynamic website. A static website is one that has web page stored on the server in the format that is sent to a client web browser. It's primarily coded in hypertext markup language. Static websites usually display the same information to all the visitors. Second is a dynamic website. A dynamic website is the one that changes or customizes itself frequently and automatically. A site can display the current state of dialogue between users, monitors a changing situation, or provide information in some way personalized to the requirements of the individual user. Thank you, and remember, stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy.